live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
To the real.
Yeah.
I know this was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed
funny.
this, especially when he got booed.
Oh my God. It was so funny. I enjoyed this so much because
Yes.
I could not stand him when he played basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, I could not stand him.
You really?
No.
I like this game.
No.
It was like you could tell that he was a hard worker. He had like a very hard worker.
It wasn't about him as a person, I think.
No.
Well,
I
well, maybe it was more for me about him as the person. His game was gritty.
Yeah.
So I'm all about the grit. So I'm good with the grittiness. I think it was the other parts of you and your personality just kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Alas,
So,
here we are.
let's let them know who we talking about. Richard Jefferson, who was a former NBA player, won a championship. If I'm not mistaken, he won one with the Nets.
Nets, I know, definitely with the Nets. Yep.
Yeah, and then he won another one with the Cavs.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if he's won another one other than that, I am not aware of it. So
Play with the Pistons?
Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he wasn't on that Pistons team.
Okay.
But he is our on to the real spotlight because he was able to referee his first NBA game during the summer league this past a few weeks ago. And by all accounts, he did a pretty good job, but
he messed up a couple of times.
He messed up a couple times, messed up a call real bad and got booed.
Yep. Which he's used to because he used to get booed all the time.
Right. But the fact that he was able to do this, was a
really
real good look.
Absolutely, because you don't see this often. I don't know, and it's weird. You think even for football, you don't see a lot of football players going to be refs. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Not professionally. Like, it's weird. That's
Mm-hmm.
weird. So so I thought this was really cool. Like to be on that side, like that's the enemy line. Crossing the enemy lines essentially as a basketball player. You going to the enemy to play.
It's worse than being a retired player going to the media.
Oh yeah, no, they get that. That's your bag. You trying to get your bag. We get it. This is betrayal.
Right.
So
shout out to him for making that transition.
Absolutely, because that's tough.
It couldn't be easy. Yeah.
It can't be easy. I want to see where this goes for him.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. Feel good final thought. Now, I think there are a lot of opinions about this Brittany Griner thing. And I've gone back and forth, honestly, in my opinion about it, given all of the conversation around it.
Yeah.
But I think what pains me the most about this is that the timing of it was just so horrible.
Yeah, right when the war started.
Right when we are at odds with Russia.
Well, we always at odds with Russia, but
yeah, I mean, I know
it's to another degree right now. So
we were frenemies for a while, and now.
Well, Trump was frenemies.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, like, because
we weren't.
They were still looking at us sideways, and even though even the whole Cold War thing, we still, we still share with Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And vice versa. So. It's just I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And it's I do understand that, and I don't know if this has been put out there on like in the media on a high level, but what we would have to give up to get her back it's like a very bad NBA or NFL trade. It's like the trade for the it's like the trade for who was that, Herschel Walker, that the Vikings gave up Herschel Walker.
You went back with that one, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hate that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
She was recently found guilty, potential of 10 years.
Yeah.
I just want I want politics and agendas to be put aside for humanity.
Yeah.
Just for a moment. Just for a moment. To do the right thing for this young lady, for real. Like,
yeah.
Even if you thought she deserved some punishment, she'd been there for 600 days, almost 600. I think, what is it? I don't even remember the number of days at this point that she's been there, but either way, it's been enough time, enough punishment. Because we got to think, she wasn't distributing. This wasn't
right.
what they calling it. It was not what it was, right? So she's learned her lesson. I bet you let her out, she won't do it again.
I'm sure.
She may not even want that anymore. She might be over.
Hey, y'all got it.
You don't bring it in this house. Don't bring it around me. I'm good. Like, so I feel like, but that's not what our feel good final thought is. People,
no, it's not.
We just started out because that's the real deal. Brittany Griner is still in a Russian prison for some foolishness, and being used as a pawn essentially to release some really bad people.
He's a political prisoner.
Yep. So it's really bad.
We couldn't talk about this without talking about that.
Yeah.
And so she was named an honorary WNBA All-Star starter for the WNBA's All-Star game.
Yeah.
And a WNBA legend.
Yeah.
And so very distinctive honors.
Absolutely.
And for her to get those, and for the WNBA to, just embrace her and kind of show her some love, even though, it doesn't bring her home, but what I'm saying, it kind of lets them know, it kind of lets her family know, and lets the people know that, they stand with her.
Absolutely.
So shout out to the WNBA, whoever made that decision.
For sure.
And shout out to her for holding her head. I know that can't be easy in the place that's, while it may be a little familiar because you play basketball over there, it's not as familiar.
It ain't prison, ain't familiar.
It ain't home. Yeah.
And prison is, I don't care where you are, prison is not familiar.
Yeah. But I mean, it's different. You in prison in somebody else's country.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody can come just visit you.
Right. That does not happen. Yeah, she's not getting that. So, just prayers. Prayers. That's all I can do is continue to pray. Yeah. Pray for breakthrough. Pray for hearts changing. Pray for people to get off of their own stuff and like think about somebody else, for just somebody, one other person for a moment, other than yourself.
Right.
And your ego and where you are and your policies and your procedures and listen, we're talking about a human being.
Right.
Period. So shout out to her, or like you said, shout out to the WNBA, and shout out to her because she deserves those honors.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Show picks. What you watching?
Man, we've been going so long. I got so many.
I know you do.
But no, really, I spent probably the most time over the last 5 weeks catching up on a show that I started watching when it first came on, because I'm a Shonda Rhimes fan, and I'm gonna support my girl because she put out some good stuff. But Station 19 is a spinoff from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
And so it is about a particular fire station in Seattle, Washington, and just the dynamics and things that go on there. She did a phenomenal job of especially in these episodes when COVID hit or when George Floyd was murdered. They covered those things. And it was really good to watch. Some of the, because it's first responders and police and all of that were involved in it. So getting that, it was real gritty.
Mm-hmm.
I cried some episodes because it was that good. Yeah. It was really that good. So, of course, you do an amazing job, Shonda Rhimes. I would expect nothing less from something that you developed and brought to fruition. And so it's just a really good show. It just was really good. I couldn't stop watching it. I watched 4 seasons because I had seen season 1 and there are 5 of them. I watched 4 seasons.
Oh, wow. So well, I guess it's been a while. So you didn't necessarily, you had to binge it. 4 seasons.
I was binging, baby.
Yeah,
I was binging.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't been doing that much, but yeah, I was binging. But yeah, no, it was really, really good.
All right. So mine is The Chi.
You actually had time to watch something? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, because
good for you.
I'm gonna watch. It could be the middle of the night.
You're gonna watch The Chi.
It could be 12 o'clock in the morning.
Snowfall and The Chi. Them your show.
You know what? And it's Snowfall and The Chi. So I'm gonna make sure I watch those. But Fridays is probably the least busy day.
Okay.
And so Ronnie and I, before we go to sleep, we're gonna cut The Chi on and watch that joint.
Okay.
So, but it's it's some parts of it that I feel like, either the writing and not the writing had to change after they wrote off one of the show characters for some stuff that was going on set. So the writing had to kind of change a little bit, but I feel like as much as I love the characters, they do a good job of making you connect with the characters and actually like the characters. I feel like the show doesn't really have a direction.
But you want to watch it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, and then I guess that's one of the great things about writing. Even if this show lacks direction, which I feel like it does, as far as like where is it going? You created characters that people love. Like people love Papa. People have grown to love Emmett. They introduced what's my man's name? They had killed off another character, Barton Fitzpatrick, and they brought in Luke James.
I love
and people have grown to really like Luke James, and so it just feels like the show was kind of going in one way when it first started, and then after season 2, when they wrote one of the main characters, who I would say the main character, off of the show just kind of started spinning. It hasn't been able to find its footing as far as like a lane.
Got it. So they're looking for their identity again without that.
Right.
Got it.
Well, we are at the end of our first one back step.
Yes. Woo! We did it. Yay.
Let's let the people know where they can find us. You can hit us up on email, and that's field2therealpodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on the socials. Our Twitter is @field2therealp1. Our IG is @field2therealpodcast. And if you go to our Facebook, you're going to type in Field to the Real Podcast. And right behind Stephanie's head, you can see that. No number 2. It's Field to the Real Podcast. Same thing for our YouTube channel. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel. There are plenty. That's a large video library on there.
Yes.
Go there, subscribe to the channel. Go to a video, check us out, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Please
all that good jazz.
Please.
we would super appreciate that.
Yes.
But we back at it. We back in the rotation.
Yes.
Every Monday now at 6 p.m. So just look for us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on all of the streaming platforms. So we back.
So
We bite.
We bite. Welcome back. Yay.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, we out of here. This is episode 172 of the Fields of the Real podcast. Peace.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.